What's going on, everyone? LA Sports back with another video, and in this video I'm going to be doing my New York Giants 2023 regular season schedule prediction. And the season starts tonight. I'm really excited. I'm looking forward to it, and I think the Giants are going to have a good season. I think we're going to take a step up from last year. It might not reflect very much in the schedule. The schedule is tougher, and I just think that the Giants as a team will be better, but they won't have too many more wins, if any, compared to last year when they went 9-7-1. A very good season for them when people thought we were going to win 5 or 6 games. So let's get started here tonight with the Cowboys. And I think we're going to split with the Cowboys this season. I think we closed the gap with them in terms of, talent. I think in terms of, being able to have the Giants team play under this regime for a second year, I think is going to be better. And I think the Giants split. And I think we're going to win at home and lose on the road. So I think we start off 1-0, and I think we go into Arizona next week and win that as well. But then the schedule gets tough. We have 4 very tough games after that. I think we start 2-0, but Thursday night in San Francisco, I think we dropped that game. We dropped to 2-1. They looked very good today. They killed the Steelers. Brock Purdy looks like a legitimate quarterback with good weapons in Santa Clara. Great defense. I think the Giants lose that game. But then they come home against the Seahawks on Monday Night Football, and I think that's going to be a loss too. I think the Seahawks, they're a very solid team. I think Geno Smith, I don't think he's a top 10 quarterback, but I definitely think he's an above-average quarterback, and I think the Giants have a tough time with the Seahawks. They had a tough time with them last year. This is a coin flip game, but I do think the Seahawks come in, and I think the Giants start 2-2 after the first 4 games. Then it gets really difficult. 2 tough road games at Miami, at Buffalo. But this Miami game is that one game where the Giants shouldn't win that they do, that I'm going to predict this season. I think we go into Miami, and I think we take down the Dolphins and move to 3-2 before playing that Sunday night game in Buffalo, where I think the Giants do lose in Buffalo. I think they drop to 3-3, but then they come home for a game against the Commanders, who I think we're going to sweep this season. I think we take both from them, and the Giants move to 4-3 before playing the Jets at home. And I think the Jets are really good defense, really good secondary. They have Aaron Rodgers now with Garrett Wilson, and I think the Giants drop to 4-4. It kind of sucks because that's a home game, but it's really like a neutral site game because there's fans for both teams, and it kind of sucks that that's our home game, and we have one less home game than road game to begin with. So it's really tough that that's the case. But I think we drop the game to the Jets and move to 4-4 through the first 8 games before heading on the road for a 3-game road trip in Vegas, Dallas, and Washington. Now, at Las Vegas, I think the Giants win that game fairly easily. I don't think the Raiders are a very good team this year. I think Jimmy G's a below average to average quarterback. They have a good weapon in Darren Waller, Josh Jacobs, but I think that defense is terrible. And I think the Giants come out of there with a fairly easy win, move to 5-4, but before taking on the Cowboys week 10. I think they lose that game, drop to 5-5. But I think they win the next 2 at Washington and at home against the Patriots. And I think they move to 7-5 before the bye week. I think Washington is a poor team. They just barely beat the Cardinals today. Sam Howell is not a great quarterback. Their defense is very good, top 10 in the league for sure. But I don't think their offense is good enough to outperform that. Sorry, I don't think their defense is good enough to outperform that brutal offense. I think the Giants win that, and I think they beat the Patriots. The Patriots, Mac Jones is not a very good quarterback. Their defense is very good, but I think the Giants should be able to beat the New England Patriots, move to 7-5, go into the bye week, and take on the Green Bay Packers on Monday Night Football. I think they win that game, move to 8-5 before heading out on the road to New Orleans, and I think that's going to be a tough game. By then they have Alvin Kamara back, Michael Thomas. Hopefully it will be, hopefully for them be in good shape, good form as they look to make the playoffs. And I think the Giants drop that game, move to 8-6. And then they got that Christmas Day game at Philadelphia, which is going to be a very difficult game. I don't think the Giants win that. I think they drop to 8-7 before the last 2 games of the season that are at home against the Rams and against the Eagles. And I think they finish off the season with 2 wins. I think they split with Philly. I think they split with the Eagles, with Dallas this season. I think the Giants, like I said, I think they've gotten better, and I think that they'll be able to take down their division opponents at home. I think they beat the Rams pretty easily. The Rams probably by that point in the year, week 17, they won't have much to play for. Maybe they're looking at some future pieces. I think the Giants win that, and I think they win against the Eagles. I think they finished 10-7 this season, one win better than last season, really half a game better than last season with the tie last year. But I think it's going to be a season that, the Giants take steps up. I think Jones gets better with Waller. I think Barkley has the same season, if not better than what he did last year, and the defense gets better with Isaiah Simmons, Kayvon, second year Azeez Ojulari healthy. I think the Giants have a really good year. I think they go 10-7, and I think they make the wild card spot. I still think the Eagles are too good for Dallas or the Giants to catch up on. The Eagles probably win 12 or 13 games this season, win the division, but I do think the Giants finish in the second or third wild card spot for sure in the NFC, which is not very difficult. So I think the Giants make the playoffs, finish 10-7, and I think that's the season they'll have this year, and we get it started tonight. But guys, that's all I got in this video. You guys let me know down in the comment section your thoughts on these predictions. Do you think the Giants finish better or worse than 10-7? Do you think that's a good spot to put them at? Let me know what you guys think. Let me know all the good stuff down in the comment section. As always, please leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. We'll see you guys all in the next video. And as always, let's go Giants.